Hi guys, Elvis Presley fan on keto. So let's just quickly message a few people, let them know we're live. And whilst we're doing that, it gives people a chance to join on to us. How are you, Angie? Okay? How are you? It's pouring down with rain here in the UK, literally pouring. Right, okay. So who we got here? Just tell Deborah. Right, where are we? Da-da-da. Can you hear me okay, Angie? Yeah, so in the end I had to rush off because I had all the family turn up. Let's just do that a minute. Woo. Every time I raise my hand, the camera does something strange. There we go. See that? And then I put this on. It actually makes me laugh. Right. Okay, let me just press this, then it goes back to normal. It's funny. So, hi Cherie. I stood here with granddaughter making cakes. Not keto, I'm afraid. Don't worry. Don't worry. Right, let me just try and adjust. The camera's being a bit weird. Right, stop moving around. Camera, stop moving around. It's funny, the camera's like, okay. It's got me at a funny angle. Look, it's just jumped back. Hi, Deborah. Okay, I think it's settled down now. It stopped. I need to stop moving my hand. Let me just... Right, 1 second. Let me just set the camera up. So if we go... Got it. Let's just turn off the... 1 second, guys. Let's just turn off the effects. Effects. And then we have to go off. There we go. Off. Now then we can... Let's see where we are. That's better. Okay, a bit close, but we're sorting it. We're sorting it. So just giving people a chance to join us. Okay, right. So I want to carry on playing this video. I did want to just quickly message a few more people. Live on diet. How is everyone? How are you, Deborah? Let's just tell a few people to join us. After here, I'm going to be jumping over to Defending Elvis as well. I've got a bit of free time because my wife and the grandmother have the kids. Let's have a look. Who have we forgotten to tell? Let's tell Rose. Now, I was going to do a dog walk, but, oh, that's good, Deborah. I was going to do a dog walk, but it's pouring with rain. It's literally like the weather, it's absolutely disgusting, in England. What's the weather like where you are, guys? Life is good. I'm right side up. Sounds great. And how is the eating going, Deborah? Are you okay with it? Is it? Right. Okay. I think I've messaged enough. Let me just tell Lorna. Debbie. Right, Lorna. And let's tell her we're on live. Right. So I still need to get round to reading this book. So I want to, at some point, I want to get another chapter of that in. Soon. It's like I don't have enough time in the day. It's like too much. So live diets. So it's still very cold where you are. Freezing, raining. Well done. Well done. Okay. Let's tell Elizabeth. I think Elizabeth's been busy lately, but I know she's doing really well with the diet. Let's tell Tony. Okay. Right. Okay, let's just get on with it. I think I've already put it on Defending Elvis, have I? Let's have a look. Yes. So Defending Elvis. Right, let's get the earphones on. I've got myself a coffee. So a little update. I've changed my diet because I feel like I've put on a bit of weight. So I have not eaten today. So the time is 3 p.m. in England. And I have not eaten. Nothing. The last time I ate is 70 degrees yesterday. So the last time I ate, guys, was yesterday at 6:30. And I had, what did I have? I had lamb ribs, pork bellies. That's what I had last night. And nothing else. I haven't eaten. So you think about it, guys. I'm not even hungry. I've had a butter coffee, which is lovely. Now remember, I have very fatty meat. And remember, fatty meat keeps you quite full. So I haven't eaten. I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning. So I've been awake so you work it out. So I've been awake for 9 hours, and I've not eaten nothing. Let's work out the amount of hours. Let's round it off, and let's say that I ate at 7 p.m. yesterday. So work it out, guys. So that is, my maths is so crap. 5 plus 12 is 15 hours plus 3. I haven't eaten for 18 hours. 18 hours. And I'm not hungry. This is the amazing thing about carnivore diet. Now, remember how the body works. My body will go into ketosis. Yeah? So my body will start eating its fat. So where I've put on weight is around here, around my waist, a bit on my face. So now, right now, as we speak, my body is eating its fat. It's not trying to eat off sugar that I'm giving it. It's not trying to eat off carbs that I'm giving it. It's trying to eat the fat on my body that is stored. Fat turns to energy. So the body eats the fat, metabolizes. I'm no doctor. I'm no scientist. It eats me, which is why I have energy. Why I'm still bursting with energy, even though I haven't eaten for 18 hours. You get it, guys? And this is why you lose weight fast on the carnivore diet. Now, remember, it doesn't just give me energy. The body starts to repair itself. When the body is being fed the correct food, fatty meat, eggs, water, salt, butter, eggs, little omelettes, fish, oily fish. When the body is given the correct foods, it works properly. The immune system gets stronger. Then you start to reverse all your health problems. Your blood sugar starts to lower because you're not stuffing it with carbs and sugar. Your blood pressure starts to lower. If you've got stomach problems, they start to fix. Because remember, many of the foods that we are advised to eat cause stomach problems, like cereals, like some vegetables, cause your stomach to hurt, to have inflammation. Inflammation is the big cause of most illnesses. Well, inflammation is caused by eating foods that your body was not ancestrally designed to eat. We were designed to eat in a way that we ate 1 million years ago. Evolution changed our bodies so that we fed on fatty meats, eggs, some vegetation, some very low carb fruit, some nuts, things like that. It was never designed, our bodies were never designed to live off sugar, carbs. It was never designed for that. We were only supposed to use carbs in times of scarcity. So you imagine you live in the jungle, you're hunting, or don't forget, the human race was scavengers. So we would scavenge off dead animals that bigger animals had killed. If the meats run out, if the eggs run out, we couldn't find any, the harsh winters, we would then forage for vegetation, maybe nuts, but we were designed to mainly live off fatty meats, eggs. Remember, all of the goodness you could ever want is in meat. Red meat has all the vitamins, nutrients, fatty acids, and lots more B12, you name it. You don't need supplements. When you're on the carnivore diet, you do not eat supplements. Everything you could ever need to survive, and so your body can run at its optimum, is in meat. Fatty meat. Must be fatty. The fat is important. So the way we have been trained, advised by all these food organizations around the world is incorrect. The way we have been encouraged to eat regularly through the day, every hour, every 2 hours, the way that we've been encouraged to eat wheats and carbs, sugary products, processed products, ultra processed products, has been damaging us, causing serious illnesses, even cancer, shortening our lifespan, causing heart problems, blocking up our arteries. We've been told that the thing that is causing heart disease is fatty meat, eggs, butter. It's not true. It is not true. The things that are causing all the damage to our bodies is carbs, sugar, wheat, horrible ultra processed oils like vegetable oil, margarine. These are what are causing all the damage. Yeah. So don't fall for it, guys. The world has been conned. Now remember, we've all been told to eat a balanced diet, the food pyramid diet. You look it up on Google, the food pyramid will come up and encourage you to eat all the foods that are actually bad for you. This is why there's an epidemic of type 2 diabetes, an epidemic of heart disease. This is why there's a lot of anxiety and depression, a lot of stomach problems, IBS, IBD, Crohn's, colitis, aches and pains, arthritis, brain fog, pre-diabetes, especially type 2 diabetes, all being caused by the world being advised to eat the wrong foods and by the human race being told to not eat the foods that is good for it, like fatty meat and eggs, salt water, fish. Yeah, get it, guys? We've been tricked and lied to, in my opinion. This is my opinion, just for entertainment. I'm not a doctor, but this is how I feel, guys. And the more you do your research, the more you will understand. When you start looking at these doctors on YouTube, like Dr. Ken Berry, Dr. Anthony Chaffee, Dr. Sean Baker, and there's other doctors that are now saying that carnivore diet, keto diet, not only helps you lose weight, but saves your life, gets you off medication. I am completely off medication. Every illness that I ever had has gone because of eating carnivore diet. Now, I will say this. I reintroduced a bit of fruit. I reintroduced some peanuts, a bit of vegetables. And what's happened? I've put on weight. Yeah. So carnivore diet is where you get the most success. Fasting is where you get the most success. You must fast at least 17 hours a day. I would say you must fast. Remember, most of fasting is done when you're asleep. People think, oh my God, I can't eat for 15 hours. 8 of it, you're asleep. So fasting isn't that hard. People think, oh, fasting is weird. No, it's not. The human body was designed to fast. We were designed to fast. Anyway, let's play this video. Let's keep listening to this gentleman. His name is PJ Howland. This is his beginner's advice tips, number 47. Let's see what he has to say.
Just take it day to day. Don't stress about spices the first 2 weeks. A lot of carnivores will talk about how things in your spice drawer are going to make you sick. And a lot of carnivores eventually get to a place where they are only seasoning with salt. But unless you have an autoimmune issue, make your food delicious, okay? Not all of us can just eat ground beef and butter and be okay with that, especially...
So, right, I want to comment on that. Let me just get your... get this video up first so I can reply to your comments. Okay, guys? Let's have a look. Okay, so I hope you're hearing me okay. You're watching the video okay. The video sounds okay. He's right. When you're first starting out, if it's difficult because you find eating just meat and eggs very bland, eating just steak and pork and chicken and bacon very bland, you can add a bit of sauces, sugar-free sauces, yeah? Like mustard or chili sauce, or there's a few sauces with no sugar in if it helps, but you don't need it. Like mayonnaise is okay. You can eat mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is made with eggs. Yeah, eggs are good for you. But I think less is more. So the more simple the food, the better. So you don't really need the sauces, but if it helps you start the diet, if it helps you get off eating all the sugary carbs, the starchy carbs, it's worth doing.
When you're adapting, don't stress about the spices, you'll live. And if you need more spice, or if your taste buds want more, here's a pro tip. Eggs. Egg yolks are kind of like the carnivore spice of life. If you're just sick of ground beef, cook a couple of over easy eggs and let the yolk go in there. It's a game changer for boring ground beef. When you're
Do you know what? I never thought of that. So you guys call it ground beef. In England, we call it minced beef. The fattier, the better. Right, I'll show you. Actually, I'll get you a packet and show you. Right, we're having spaghetti tonight, yeah? Let me get it for you. Right, 1 second. Right, let's get you a packet. Okay, we're back. So we're having spaghetti tonight. Now I just buy the cheapest pack. It's £2.50. Now look what it says. It says 25% fat mince. Right, are you still there, guys? All the messaging has stopped, or are you just listening? Let's get it up. There we go. 25% fat meat. Okay? 25. Now that was £2.50. We're going to use 2 of those, and we're going to make some spaghetti. Now I won't have pasta. I will have. I will just put that on a bit of lettuce, a bit of tomato, a bit of onion. I'll slice it very thin. I'll just lay a bed down. Then I'll smother the bolognese all over it. Very fatty, meaty bolognese. Minced meat, ground meat is very good for you. That is beef. Beef is very good for you. Okay, guys? It's got all the vitamins, nutrients you could ever need. Hi, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, where have you been hiding? You been asleep? Sorry, guys. Right. Elizabeth, you disappeared. We keep missing you.
starting out, it's nice to have 2 meats for dinner. So we had a lot of meals that was ground beef and chicken thighs. Do what you like, but when you go from a diet of eating kind of a full plate of lots of different foods, it is weird to just kind of sit down to a steak. So to help ease you into that, it's really helpful to have 2 different meats prepared, usually chicken.
Yeah, I really like this advice. Yeah. I mean, I do it anyway. Have different meats. Chicken thighs, leave the skin on. You must leave the skin on. Some people will cook a bit of salt and pepper, put the chicken thighs in a frying pan, loads of butter, and fry it in the butter. Let the skin go nice and crispy. You can do it in the oven. You can put it on an oven tray, a bit of salt, pepper, bit of butter, a bit of oil. But remember, oil has to be animal saturated fat, not vegetable oil. Never use vegetable oil. Never use canola oil or seed oils. Only use really nice oils that are quality. The best oils are the ones that comes out of your meat. So fats, yeah? So keep the skin on. You must eat the skin on your chicken. So this guy is basically saying, look, if a steak is a bit boring, have it with a bit of chicken. Great advice.
Chicken thighs and some kind of beef is a good combo. You will need to get used to the fact that you may have to eat beyond your comfort level, especially if it's ground beef or red meat and you're just not into it. Your first few weeks, you may have to get used to over-consuming because your body really needs the extra nutrition as it's transitioning. Quick tip, when you go to the table.
Yeah, so he's saying your body needs the extra nutrition as you're transitioning. I've never heard that. I'm no doctor, but I do know this. As your body changes from living off sugar and carbs and moves over to living off fatty meat, some of you can get diarrhea, some of you can feel a bit queasy. Couple of weeks, you change over. I never had any transition problems, none at all. Sometimes I had a bit of constipation because, and I'll tell you why. Meat is absorbed into you. Fatty meat is absorbed into you, yeah? But when you eat carbs, vegetables, fruit, it creates a lot of waste product that your body does not want. There is no nutrition in the waste products, like fiber, stuff like that. So what you'll find is if you stop eating vegetables, stop eating fruits, stop eating cereals, wheat, all that kind of stuff, pasta, your poos massively reduce. So you may only be pooing once a day, once every other day, sometimes every 3 days, because meat doesn't create hardly any poo, any poops. Yeah, because all the goodness from meat is absorbed into you, all the nutrients, vitamins. This is why it's so good for you. And eggs is the same. With the vegetables, it does create a lot of byproduct. This is why people that eat vegetables, fruits, things like that, wheat and all that, they fart a lot. I know it sounds rude. They fart a lot. And their poo stinks. You'll find that your poo, when you eat a lot of fatty meat and eggs, your poo stops smelling. You don't smell. You sweat less. Your feet smell less. When you're giving your body the correct foods, it doesn't give off all these gases that make you stink, that make your poo stink. I know it sounds weird, guys, but when you eat mainly fatty meat and eggs, your poo doesn't smell, your feet don't smell, and you don't fart. Honestly, guys, hard to believe, but it's true. The other thing it reduces is bleeding gums and dandruff. You get a lot less dandruff, a lot less bleeding gums when you eat the right foods. Okay, guys?
Bring the salt. Save yourself a trip of going up to get it. Plan your meals every single day. You should never be guessing what your next meal should be. Poor planning makes for bad decisions. If you feel like you need a treat, pour yourself a glass of whole milk. Bonus points if it's...
So before I go on to the milk bit, just so you know, guys, I've put myself back on a 24-hour eating now. I don't eat twice a day now. I'm just eating once a day, 24-hour fast. I'm eating fatty meat and eggs. I've stopped eating my eggs and bacon at lunchtime because I want to lose some weight. I want to lose 8 pounds. 8 pounds. So I'm 11 stone 8, which is a good weight. I want to be 11 stone. I've set myself a target. Elizabeth, we can do it together. I will be 11 stone within 2 weeks. So the date today is 4th of February. On the 18th of February, I will be 11 stone. Now, I've already shown you guys my scales today. Let me show you again. Now, you know me, guys. If I set a target, I do it. So, there we go. So, can you see that? 11 stone 8. I will be 11 stone. I will be 11 stone in 2 weeks. And I will do 24-hour fast. I will only eat fatty meat and eggs. I'll still have my tea and coffee with milk. No sugar. And I will lose that weight. Because I think I've put on a bit of weight here. I don't like it. I think I put on a bit of weight on my face. So it's going. I think the reason I put on weight is because I've been having too many coffees. I did allow myself a bit of fruit. And, I also think my body didn't need the second meal. So the lunchtime meal of eggs and bacon that I've been having, my body didn't need it. It didn't need it. I was eating for the sake of it. I wasn't even hungry. I was eating at lunchtime, even though I wasn't hungry. And that is why I've put on a little bit of weight. Okay, guys? So we have a target. I've set the target on live on air. 11 stone on the 18th of February. Okay, guys? Right, let's keep listening to this guy. He's going to talk about milk. Right, let's go. Are we ready? Go.
If you feel like you need a treat, pour yourself a glass of whole milk. Bonus points if it's raw milk. There's a conversation about animal-based versus carnivore, and there's this thing where a lot of people are incorporating a lot of fruits and maple syrup and honey because they don't have the same harmful oxalates that some vegetables do. I think that there's a time and place for that, but it's not when you're adapting to carnivore.
So guys, if you want the best benefits, do carnivore. If you find carnivore a struggle, eat the strawberries and the raspberries. He's right about oxalates. The low oxalate vegetables and fruits are obviously much better for you. Oxalates do damage. There are many vegetables that have oxalates in them that cause a lot of damage. Okay, guys?
So don't fall for the narrative that you can add in a bunch of
Right.
maple syrup and honey and fruits and be okay. Those are still cheats on the carnivore diet. Now, I don't want you to beat yourself up.
Yeah, I would stay off the cheat teas. You know, what he just said, the honey and all that. Don't bother, guys. It makes you put on weight. It makes you put on weight.
Do find yourself cheating, but I do want to say something that is very important. You know by now that fat is not the enemy. However, if you combine a high-fat diet with frequent cheats of sugar, you're going to spike your insulin, and your insulin is going to do really nasty things to your arteries using that fat.
Right, so, you know, a little bit technical, but the less you spike your insulin, the better. Insulin spikes cause health problems, okay? Insulin spikes cause health problems, including blocking up your arteries, okay? So the less insulin spikes are caused by feeding your body sugars, carbs. Now, with meat, you do get a very slight insulin spike, but it's much, much less than you get from eating a chocolate bar or from eating some pasta, some rice, some potato, a donut. So the less insulin spikes, the better. It's like, I think it was Deborah was telling me that they'd given her, Ozempic. Now, I think Ozempic is designed to increase your insulin spikes. It ain't good for you guys. It ain't good. A lot of these medicines that doctors are prescribing, it worries me, guys. It worries me. Now, I'm no doctor. I'm just a guy at home. Don't take my word for it. This is not professional advice. I have no medical training. Just a guy at home. But after watching all these doctors on YouTube and listening, a lot of these so-called things that are really good for you, like statins, metformin, Ozempic, get a second opinion. Get a second opinion, because they can do more harm than good sometimes. But every decision you make, always consult your doctor. I am not a doctor.
And cholesterol. Fat's not the bad guy. Sugar's the bad guy, which causes the insulin spike. But please do not make a habit of cheating while you're on carnivore.
Right, let me just, Clayton, how are you? Yeah. Right, let me just, Claire, where are you, my friend? Now, this is another thing. Now, eating fruits to get vitamins isn't straightforward. I understand that we in society have been encouraged to eat fruit and veg to get our vitamins. You don't need to. You don't need to. Most of the goodness you get from, no, how can I say it? Meat, fatty meat, has all the vitamins that you could ever need, including vitamin C. You don't need to eat fruit or vegetables to get your vitamins. All the vitamins you could ever need are in fatty meat and eggs. You don't need fruit. Now remember, when you eat a piece of fruit, like an orange, it is packed with sugar, packed with fructose, sucrose, glucose. Fruit is very fattening. People binge on fruits like, yeah, yum, yum, yum. This is really good for me. No. Your body struggles to absorb the goodness out of an orange. So you say your body wants to try and get the vitamin C out of the orange. It'll do it, but it'll be a very tiny amount and it will cause a lot of waste. So there'll be a lot of byproduct that comes out of an orange or an apple or any fruit. Yeah. Your body will get all of the vitamins it needs, including vitamin C and many others. You Google it, guys, from red meat, from fatty red meat. You don't need an orange. Remember, fruits have oxalates in them. Look at oxalates. Oxalates do damage to your body. You get inflammation. Fruits and veggies can cause inflammation throughout your body, which will also cause many problems. Don't forget, too much sugar in your body causes pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes. So people are binging on fruits. They're doing fruit like, you know, when they're blending fruits, fruit smoothies, and a fruit smoothie is not good for you. It will overload your body with fructose, with glucose, with sucrose. Remember, your liver deals with fructose. Fructose is dealt with separately than glucose. So what ends up happening is because your body is overloaded with too much fructose, you get fatty liver. You put on weight. So this thing where everyone thinks you must eat fruit and veg to be healthy is bullshit. Don't believe it. It's crap. And if you don't believe me, go on to YouTube, find thousands of success stories where people have stopped being vegetarian, stopped being vegan, have started doing the carnivore diet, the keto diet, and have restored their health. Restored their health. They've stopped being type 2 diabetes. Now, if you don't believe me, just do your research. Go onto these doctors' websites, like you've got Dr. Ken Berry, and look him up. He's a proper doctor, and he will fully explain to you why you don't need to eat fruit and veg to be healthy. Why fruit and veg can actually make you unwell. Potatoes can make you unwell. Rice and pasta can make you unwell. Cereals can make you unwell. Fiber is not good for you. It's a myth. This thing where, fiber is healthy. It's not. It's like eating cardboard. There is no nutritional value in eating fiber. None. So when you're eating these breakfasts that are full of fruit bits and fiber, you're doing no good for your body. None at all. You're actually causing inflammation. Fatty meat and eggs. That's the way to go. I know it's hard to believe, guys. I never believed it at first. I did not believe it at first. I thought the carnivore diet was a joke. I thought it was bullshit. I thought fasting was bullshit. When I first heard that fruit and veg isn't actually good for you, I didn't believe it. When I first heard that cholesterol does no harm to you when you eat it, I didn't believe it. When I first heard that salt is good for you, I didn't believe it. It was only after weeks of research that I started to understand, maybe it's right. And then when I implemented the diet on my own body, so when I started eating the correct way, the proper human diet, the way ancestrally that we were designed to eat 100,000 years ago, and my health started improving, and my ulcerative colitis went away, my pre-diabetes disappeared, my dizzy spells stopped, I lost a lot of weight quickly, my energy levels returned, then I knew the diet worked. You don't need an orange for vitamin C. A very long answer for you, Clayton, but I am living proof. I am the experiment that worked. And there are also thousands of people on YouTube telling you about their successes. And there are lots of doctors promoting and recommending the carnivore diet, the keto diet. Let's keep listening, guys.
Salt is your friend. Make sure you're eating real salt. I really like Redmond's. They do a good salt.
So there we are. Straight away, he's on to salt. He calls, they go electrolytes. I just like good quality salt. Yeah. Salt is your friend. People are told salt causes heart problems. It doesn't. Obviously, don't overeat it. Just a light sprinkle of salt on your food. Salt to taste. That's all you need. Salt is actually good for you. It's actually good for you.
Another way to get enough salt in you is to consume a supplement. I really like Element. They do good salt. I really like their citrus flavor in the middle of the day or at night.
Look, guys, you have to make up your own decision here. I personally don't need any of these electrolytes. I just think have a good salt. They probably do help. They're a bit of a gimmick. Everyone's trying to make money. This guy is probably selling these products on his YouTube channel. No offense to this guy, but you don't need it. You don't need it. A good quality salt, because you can get cramps. So make sure you have some salt in your food. And I found by introducing a good quality salt into my food, the cramps went away. I only had cramps for the first 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, I didn't get any more cramps. At the bottom of my legs, I would get cramps. The back of my legs, yeah.
A warm cup with the
Hi,
chocolate
Lorna.
flavor salt
Hi,
is a
Lorna.
nice treat. Drink a lot of water. That will also help with satiety and salt retention, but you'll need...
Yeah, I agree with the water thing just for reducing your appetite. Seriously, guys, at first you're hungry. the first 2-3 weeks, guys, you're hungry, big time. So the water, the butter coffees did help my hunger.
Need the extra water when you're starting out. Magnesium is your friend, specifically magnesium glycinate, which is a very bioavailable version of magnesium, and it's specifically helpful when you can't sleep. A lot of people go...
Yeah, guys, the magnesium is good advice. It's good advice. I don't need it, but it's good advice.
So in Carnivore, talk about how sleep troubles them in the first few weeks. Magnesium glycinate is your friend. Let's get into the mindset of this. I recommend before you start Carnivore, write down your why. Anytime you're up against a wall and something is challenging in the Carnivore, go back to that why. Avoid an all or none approach. Again, if you do find yourself with a little bit of a cheat, don't stress it. Just get back on it tomorrow.
Yeah, I've got another good bit of advice here. You're going to have a bad day. You're going to have a day where you have a cake, a bit of pizza, an ice cream, a donut. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just carry on. The next day, carry on. I found that whenever I had a bad day, whenever I had a bad day, it would motivate me more for a good day. Does that make sense? I would regret it. Like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. And then the next day, I would even try harder. So the bad days actually help me motivate myself to be good.
I'd also recommend that you stay off the scale for your first 2 weeks. And now I've seen a lot of success stories where morbidly obese people just shed a bunch of weight. And if you are in that camp where you are very overweight, that could be motivating. However, if you're in the camp that kind of I was in, where yes, I had fat to lose, but not necessarily a lot of weight, then the scale might be more harm than good in the first couple of weeks. At least it was for me. I'll just be honest about that. Getting on the scale my first few weeks and seeing stories online of people losing 5 pounds a week or crazy stuff like that, and me losing 1/2 to 1 pound, it was disheartening. So I recommend staying off the scale for most folk.
So this is what I learned about losing weight. Yeah. Now I definitely lost 5, 6, 7 pounds a week. Yeah. What I find is if you're underweight, if you're quite slim, the weight will come off slowly. Yeah. If you're, quite overweight, you'll lose weight fast. A lot of it is water retention. Yeah. So you'll see the scales drop very quickly in the first 2, 3, 4 weeks, and then it levels off. The other thing I learned was your body has a default weight that it's happy with. So my default weight is around 10 stone 12. Yeah. My body sits at 10 stone 12. It doesn't really want to lose weight after that. So you don't keep losing weight. You get to a weight where your body goes, do you know what? I'm happy with that. And I found that you would just sit there happily. So I'm definitely 8 pounds overweight. So I know that I'll lose those 8 pounds very quickly. I probably will lose a pound every other day. Every other day I'll lose a pound. Yeah. So, but on that basis, 2 to 3 weeks, I should be back down to 11 stone.
I recommend picking a timeline that you'll be doing Carnivore, not a weight goal. Okay. So don't say I'm going to do Carnivore until I'm X weight. Instead say I'm going to do Carnivore for 30 days, 60 days, 100 days. I found that by the time I hit day 60, I didn't think I was ever going to go back. So the timeline thing is nice because you kind of trick yourself into just making it a lifestyle. That's what this is all about, tricking yourself. But seriously, don't set a goal that you're going to hit a certain weight, because that's just not really healthy mindset.
Okay, well, I don't agree with that. I like to have goals. I'm definitely a goal person. So I did have a weight. I wanted to be 11 stone. Remember, I was 12 stone 5, yeah? So I wanted to be 11 stone. So I was determined. I find when I'm determined to do something, I tend to do it. I did weigh myself every day. Every day I weighed myself, and some days were disappointing. I had such a bad diet yesterday, and it ruined my mood. Yeah, Clayton, what did you eat? Clayton, tell me what you ate. Come on, it's okay, we can share it. Now, when you start seeing the benefits of carnivore or keto diet, or ketovore, yeah, what you find is it motivates you to carry on. This is what I found. When I started seeing that I was losing weight, I started thinking, oh, I'm going to keep doing this. It's working. When I noticed my energy levels going up, I started thinking, yes, it's working. It's working. Yeah. So The better you do, the more you want to do it. Then you don't want to disappoint yourself because you know you're doing well. So you don't want to put the weight back on. Also, you're feeling great. You get a carnival glow. Have any of you heard of the carnival glow? Yeah, you get a carnival glow. People on carnivore have a glow about them. You go on YouTube and look up the people that have had success on the carnivore diet. They have a glow. They look youthful. Their skin looks smoother. Yeah, it works, guys.
Challenging aspect of carnivore are the social implications behind it. So let's address some of those. May I please ask a favor of you? Your first couple of weeks at carnivore, when you're all excited, please don't become that annoying person that is a blabbermouth about carnivore and you don't have the results to show it. Just quietly go carnivore and wait for the results to speak for themselves. When you are going out, eat before you go out.
Right,
okay, pre-game with some chicken or some steak. Make sure that you're satiated, because when you're out of the house, you're not satiated, you make bad decisions.
I am lying.
Especially in a social setting. And in those social settings, have a backup plan. I'll give you an example. If you're going to a wedding and you can't turn down free cake, make the plan to say, instead of eating 2 or 3 pieces of cake, I will split 1 piece of cake with my date. That will help in a number of ways. One, it will help alleviate the social pressure because people...
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do that. Obviously, I don't agree with everything this gentleman is saying, but guys, just don't eat the cake. I find these wedding functions, these parties, they will always have stuff that you can eat. Like, you know, like the buffets will have things like peanuts, sausages, different meats. Just pick out the stuff that fits the diet. Don't start eating all the crap.
Will freak out if you don't have cake at a wedding. Number 2, you're going to still feel like you met a goal. You planned to have a half piece of cake and you did have a half piece of cake. And then the third benefit is you didn't eat 2 or 3 pieces of cake. You had a half piece of cake and you go back on carnivore tomorrow. And recognize that after 60 or 90 days, you will have zero desire to eat the cake anyway. Avoid eating.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that you have zero desire. That's, you know, sometimes I'll walk past something that just looks beautifully edible. And you look at it and you think, I could eat that. Especially, I'm quite partial to donuts. Yeah. I haven't had a donut for over a year, by the way. I want to have it. I want to eat a donut, but I haven't eaten a donut for... I actually don't remember the last time I had a donut. It's definitely over a year. Yeah. So you are still going to look at foods and go, yummy, yummy, yummy. You're still going to do it. Even when you have been on this diet for ages, you'll have those moments where you go, I want to eat that. Yeah. We're human, guys. We have our desires. But it is true, the more you get into this carnivore diet, the keto diet, ketovore, that you're much less hungry. Your cravings completely change. You do start to crave meat. You crave eggs. I find that the more if you eat the same food over and over again, your body craves it. It could be a hobby. If you play football over and over again, your body craves to play football. If you eat chocolates over and over again, your body will crave it. Yeah. So whatever you do a lot of, your body wants it. Yeah. So it could be gambling. Your body is very addictive. So eventually your body actually will, if you're on carnivore diet, will want meat, will want eggs. Yeah. It's just how it works, guys.
Out of the house altogether your first few weeks. I know that a lot of people online show that, hey, look, McDonald's made me this carnivore burger. Just stop it. Just eat food in your house. Unless you're in an emergency, which I get that happens, but don't make a trip out of going out to eat crappy food. I promise.
Well, you know, he mentioned McDonald's, okay? Now, I am against McDonald's. I don't, you know, bread, chips, what are those weird ice creams called? What are those weird ice creams, yeah, that they have in McDonald's? McFlurries, yeah, all that stuff. Don't eat it. But you can have the pate. See, what I do, if I'm with my kids and they have a McDonald's, I get a triple cheeseburger, which is only £2.40 in England, and I just eat the cheese and the meat. It's really nice. There's nothing wrong with it at all, I don't think. I never eat the bread, I never eat the chips. It's that simple.
You can make better food in your house. Be prepared to have your friends tell you that you're killing yourself. A lot of people are confused about the narrative on the carnivore diet. I've just never seen any fruit.
Right, guys, I have to comment on this. Yeah. When I first went on this diet, everyone said I was going to die from a heart attack, that I'm eating too much cholesterol, too much salt, too much meat, too much eggs. They all said I was going to drop dead. Everyone was scared for me. It's just so bullshit. I'm still here. 2 years later, I'm not dead. All of my health symptoms have gone. My dizzy spells has gone. My ulcerative colitis has gone. My pre-diabetes has gone. My blood pressure has gone back to normal. My blood sugar has gone back to normal. I have more energy than I've ever had in my life. I feel like I'm 18 years old. I run, I weightlift, I go for loads of long walks. I'm more healthy than I've ever been in my life. I've had CT scans, I've had MRI things. I've had all my bloods checked. I am more healthy than I've ever been in my life. So when people say to you, you're going to die, you're going to have a heart attack, they're wrong. Cholesterol is not going to kill you, nor is salt, nor is butter, nor is meat, nor are eggs. It's all good for you. So, but you will get it. Eventually, when people start to realize you've lost weight, you look very well, you look healthy, you've got loads of energy, that you've come off medications, that you're medication free and you're full of energy, they leave you alone and they shut up. They shut up. Yeah.
Come from arguing with somebody who is really concerned about my health. Just let the results speak for themselves. You have a lot of friends in your lifetime. You only have one body. If you feel constipated on the carnivore diet, eat more.
Now here's a good one. I did get constipation. I did. Because I'd stopped eating all the veg and fruits and wheat and fibers that clog me up with crap. And because meat fully absorbs into you, so creates almost no poo, I did have a bit of constipation while my body adjusted. I know what he's going to say. Make your meat much fatter. But the truth is, it still took a while to adjust. It did.
Or fat and cut out dairy. Caveat to that, butter is okay. If you are constipated, prioritize butter and fattier cuts of meat. And then cut out other dairy. I'm talking about like milk and hard cheeses. Constipation was my big issue for going carnivore, and let me say, we are clean as a whistle down there. So there is hope at the end of the constipation tunnel. If you are experiencing the keto flu, the carnivore flu, whatever people call it, prioritize these 3 things. Red meat.
Right, keto flu. I've heard a lot about this. Keto flu. I've never had it. Some people, because there's such a big change, some of these people are very obese, very unwell. They've got type 2 diabetes. They've got serious medical problems. Their health has literally gone downhill. They've been unwell for 20, 30, 40 years. So as your body transitions to eat properly from sugar and carbs to fatty meat and eggs and salt, you can have a bit of a weird feeling. But trust me, guys, it will slowly move over and then you'll be fine. Trust the diet. Trust carnivore. Trust keto. Trust ketovore. Look up the success stories on YouTube. It will make you feel better.
Sleep and electrolytes. Okay, speaking of sleep, I found that I was exhausted as soon as the sun went down. I was so tired for almost the first month of going carnivore. Go to bed when you're tired. My theory is that the circadian rhythm becomes a lot more sensitive because you're eating in a more primal way. Eventually, after about day 30, you will find that you need a lot less sleep than you did before. But in the beginning, you might need...
Yeah, so, I didn't find any of that. I mean, I wasn't a great sleeper. I've never been a good sleeper, but my sleeping did improve. But I will say this, my anxiety, so overthinking, and we've all got it, haven't we, guys? We've all got the anxiety, the overthinking, massively reduced. I don't have anxiety anymore. My sleeping's pretty good at the moment. I only need 5 hours sleep. That's all I need. 5 hours sleep, I'm happy. So it's 100%, if you have sleeping problems, anxiety problems, you will see it improve quite a lot. Now give it time. Sometimes you have to allow the body to change, but you will start to see massive benefits.
Need more. If you find that you're still struggling, consider that you might be eating foods that you shouldn't be eating. I'll give you some examples. Pork rinds and sour cream, that's a nice treat. And by all means, enjoy it as a treat. But that is not a meal. That is not really helping you. Just because it's approved doesn't mean that it's getting you further along on your carnivore journey.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, there's nothing wrong with pork rinds. So I wouldn't say that they're full of goodness, but there's nothing wrong with them. But okay.
Same thing with deli meats and hard cheeses. They're okay as a treat. By all means, treat them as a treat. But make sure that you're having the red meat, chicken, other things that are actually a meal. Invest in...
Yeah, I mean, I don't really agree with that. I think deli meats are good. Nothing wrong with deli meats. Of course, you want the red meats and the chicken, etc., and the fats and that, but I'm all right with that. Even cheese is okay. Just don't have too much cheese. I think deli meats are quite nice, quite a good thing to eat.
In a cast iron pan and learn how to cook in that. When you're making food, make food for tomorrow. I can tell you that it is really nice to have cold steak or cold chicken in the fridge when you want lunch the next day. Regarding exercise.
Yeah, so you're going to find you're going to have leftover meats anyway, because you're mainly cooking meats. So yeah, save your meats. It's all good.
You might start feeling very good on the carnivore diet and you might take up running or biking, but I would suggest as you're getting started, avoid cardio. If you do want to do more, go for walks or work in some resistance training. Get good at cooking steaks. You're going to need...
Avoid cardio. That's a first. Right. Yes, let me just think about that one. So, I wouldn't avoid cardio. I would just exercise how you feel. Do as much exercise as you feel. Whatever suits you. I like to go for a run. I like to go for a long walk. I do half an hour weightlifting every other day. I don't do very long runs. I do 1.5 mile runs, not very long. I do like to walk 2 or 3 miles a day because I enjoy it. So I don't agree with that point.
Need that skill. Invest in a sous vide, invest in a smoker, or learn how to do it in your oven because a reverse sear is a foolproof way to make an amazing steak every time. You won't want to eat out anymore when you start making your own steaks. Yes.
Okay. Yes, come on. You're going to teach yourself how to cook steaks the way you like it. Personally, I think an air fryer is brilliant. You must have an air fryer. You must buy an air fryer. It will be the most handy thing you own. All of my meats are cooked in air fryers. And steaks, I tend to put butter or saturated fats from other meats onto my steak. I put it in the air fryer with a bit of salt and white pepper, not black pepper, white pepper. And they taste beautiful. Taste beautiful. They only take about 14 minutes. Yeah. And you don't even have to turn them over. You just put it on the metal tray, the flat metal tray, for 14 minutes with salt, pepper and butter, bit of fat, bit of animal fat, and your steak will come out beautiful. So air fryers are the best, I think.
Yes, ribeyes are amazing cuts of meat. They're also very expensive. Look for chuck meat. I like to go to Costco and I buy a big slab of chuck and I cut it up into steak-sized shapes, and those are the steaks that I eat at least half of the time. Much cheaper. Maybe the weirdest thing you'll hear...
Yeah, so, I mean, there is a worry. People always worry that the amount of money they're spending on meat, because meat can be very expensive. Ribeye steaks are very expensive. But I find that most supermarkets will do a pack of 4 steaks in England for about £12. In America, what? $15, $20. I like rump steak. Obviously, you got sirloin steak. I find sirloin steak a bit stringy. Yeah, you can get the cheaper steaks, but they're too tough. You don't enjoy them. Maybe you can slow cook. You could probably get a slow cooker. Put your tough beef, your tough steaks in that, within some animal fats, just to make it softer and easier to eat. I actually think that if you will find places that do good value steaks. Yeah. Is it Walmart in America? Do you call it Walmart? Now people worry about the amount they're spending when they turn to carnivore, because it's a lot of meat. Yeah. I found that you still save money because you stop buying all the snacks and you reduce the amount of times you're eating per day. So instead of buying all the sort of junk food, you know, all the stuff that you would normally buy, cereals, biscuits, chocolates, cakes, donuts, crisps, Doritos, you know, all the snacky stuff, you know, the cereal bars, which are not good for you, by the way. You stop buying all the ultra processed foods. Anything in a box isn't good for you. Yeah. So you save money you stop buying all the junk. And then you save money massively because you're only eating once or twice a day. So you won't spend more money, guys. You'll save.
Hear me say on this is you don't need grass-finished beef. Shocker, I know, because if you watch this channel, you know that I have a homestead. I raise a lot of my own meat. I love regenerative agriculture. Grass-finished beef is so good for the planet. Don't feel bad if you can't afford that, because a conventionally raised cow that produces conventional beef has a lot more nutrition in it than even like an organic chicken or organic pork. Now, I'm not saying that's an excuse to always have the word.
So let's, Elizabeth, sometimes I find it's hard to find good steak that's fatty. I've been having a little issue with that at the store I shop at. Yeah. Okay. Well, I found most butchers, yeah, Elizabeth, most butchers will give you fat for free. Just say to the butcher, can I have a bag of fat? And he'll give you some fat for free. Yeah. Crisp it up, stick it in the oven, completely free. With your steaks, you're right. Steaks generally are not fatty. Cook it with butter or get the fat that comes out of your bacon or out of your lamb or out of your chicken and put it on the steak and it'll taste nice. Butter, generally I'll just smother the steak in butter, salt and pepper. Yeah. And then you've got plenty of fat then. So, but most butchers will give you a bag of fat for free.
Worst quality beef and that I'm okay with CAFOs. I'm not. I wish the data said otherwise, but the truth of it is that grass-finished beef is only marginally better than conventionally raised beef. The last step is to invest your time in watching other people's carnivore successes. In fact,
Now this is the best tip he's given in the whole video. Yeah. You must teach yourself about why the carnivore diet works, why the keto diet works, why Carnivore works. You must understand about vitamins, nutrients, fatty acids. You have to learn to know that you can get all the goodness you need from red meat, from eggs, fatty red meat and eggs. You need to learn to understand why you don't need vegetables, why you don't need fruit, why salt is good for you. And the best way is to just get on YouTube and look it all up. Watch all the people with their success stories. Watch all the doctors that are promoting this diet. Understand how your body works. Put the time in to understand what causes inflammation. Why so many illnesses are caused from inflammation. Understand why the carnivore diet, the keto diet reverses type 2 diabetes. Why the human body loses so much weight when it's being fed the correct foods. Yeah. Why sugar's bad for you? Why does sugar help cancer? Sugar, they say, in some scientific studies, that makes cancer grow. Understand why sugar is so bad for your body. There's a reason, guys. Understand what foods turn into sugar. Like wheat, like pasta, like rice, like potato, starchy vegetables. Why do they turn to sugar? Why is it bad for you? Get it, guys? So, you must do your research. You're looking after your own body. You need to understand what you're doing to yourself. Now, I will always say this. I'm not a doctor. I'm not medically trained. My advice is for entertainment only, and it's just my opinion. So you always consult your doctor with every decision you make. If you're going to come off any medications, you consult your doctor. But I will say this to you. Many of the medicines that we are prescribed are not good for us. They're very addictive. They're very harmful. So be very careful when you decide to take very toxic medications that are prescribed to you. So, but I am no doctor. So I am not telling you what to do. I'm telling you to go and do your own research and understand how to save your own health, how to come off medications, how to make yourselves happier, have less anxiety, how to lose weight, how to reverse type 2 diabetes, how to stop stomach issues, autoimmune problems, arthritis, aches and pains, dizzy spells, foggy mind, because that's another thing. When you're on this diet, you become very clear-minded, very clear-headed. your brain fog disappears. You sleep better. Everything in your life improves when you're eating the correct foods. Your immune system massively improves. I haven't had a cold. This is no lie, guys. I haven't had a cold for a year. I haven't had a cold for a year. You don't get colds. So obviously sometimes, but almost never you get colds. Almost never. So I'm going to let this last couple of seconds play, and then I'm going to end this. And I'm probably, I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I'm probably going to jump over to Defending Elvis and do something there. I haven't decided what. I'm just trying to think what I'm going to do. I think I might start doing some defending, reading this book. I haven't decided yet, because I find that Priscilla's book is a great book because I can defend Elvis using the lies that are in this book. Anyway, guys, let's play these last few seconds.
I made a video covering how my lifelong battle with back pain, my time on the toilet, and holding on to stubborn fat was all cured within 100 days of carnivore. If you want more motivation, that's a really good place to start. I hope to see you on that video, and good luck nailing your first 2 weeks of carnivore.
Okay, well, thank you to this gentleman. Let me just say his name. I actually think he gave some really good advice. His name is PJ Howland. Of course, I've subscribed to him. It seems great. I really like his channel. Brilliant advice. But there are a lot of great people to look up. Yeah, oxalates. Try and get, like, you got, look, Angie mentioned oxalates. Now, if it's low in oxalates, what you'll find, some nuts will be low in oxalates. It ain't so bad. The stuff you want to avoid is high in oxalates. Same goes for fruit. If it's low in oxalates, it's okay. High in oxalates is a no-no. So, and guys, if any of you don't understand, what oxalates are, then look it up. Right, Stefan, is Stefan still there? Stefan, I'm going to go over to Defending Elvis now. We're going to review your Mike Stone video. Are we up for it? Guys, we're all going to go over to Defending Elvis and we're going to review Stefan's video. Stefan, you up for that? I was going to go over there now. So guys, all of you follow me over to Defending Elvis Presley. We're going to review Stefan, Artist on Record, his Mike Stone interview. Okay, guys? I'm going there now. Thanks, guys. You've been amazing. See you later, alligator, in a wild crocodile. Right, let me just end it. Okay, I really enjoyed it, guys. That was a really good live stream. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me, guys. Remember, I'm no doctor. Always, any decision you make, consult your doctor. I am not medically trained. Okay, guys, I'm going to see you over Defending Elvis in 2 minutes.